For all your t-shirt needs, check out TeePublic's Killer Selection. Follow the link in the description. Hey, what's up people? Piz out here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the new Severin Films Blu-ray release for 1980's Anthropophagus, directed by one of the godfathers of Italian splatter cinema, Joe D'Amato. Now, this is partially going to be a review of the movie as well as a review of this Blu-ray release. And up to this point, I had not seen Anthropophagus. I knew of the movie, I knew of its reputation, I'd heard a lot about it. Mostly negative things, such as it's insufferably boring, it's very slow, it's just not very good overall. And I'd heard that the only saving grace to Anthropophagus was its gore. However, I'm a fan of Italian splatter cinema, I'm a fan of Joe D'Amato, so I went into the film with an open mind. And after having seen Anthropophagus, I can safely say it is all of those things. It is all of the above. The movie focuses on a group of people who go out to an island only to discover that the island is completely deserted save for an insane, bloodthirsty cannibal who begins picking them all off one by one and eating them. And yes, Anthropophagus is slow. Yes, it's boring at times. Yes, the dialogue is bad. The acting is not so great. It's dubbed. However, being a fan of Italian splatter cinema, when you have bad dialogue, wooden acting, and dubbing, it creates this magic that I, for one, adore. I also adored the performance of George Eastman as the Maneater in this film. He's already a huge guy. He's a big, huge, imposing guy. When you put the makeup here on him, which I think it's a great makeup job, it's almost monstrous, but still very much human. You combine that with his performance, which the way he performs the Maneater, the facial expressions, the way he moves, it's just very imposing and just freaky. It's very freaky. And yes, Anthropophagus does have quite a bit of gore in the film. However, it's not the gore so much, but the shock value that accompanies the gore, which is the reason why I think Anthropophagus is such a cult movie. For instance, there's a sequence in which the Maneater plays midwife to a pregnant character in the film. And after he delivers her baby, against her will, I might add, he proceeds to eat the baby. There's another sequence at the end of the movie, and I don't think this is a spoiler because it's an image that is synonymous with Anthropophagus. It's right there on the cover of the Blu-ray. It's if you have any knowledge of Anthropophagus, you know of this image. It's an image that's been synonymous with just about every release of the film. It's an image that is synonymous with Anthropophagus, and that is the image of the Maneater eating himself. There's a sequence at the end of the film in which the Maneater sustains a wound to the stomach. He pulls out his own intestines and goes to town on those things. And it's really cool. I had a thoroughly fun time watching Anthropophagus. God help me. Despite all of its shortcomings, I found it to be it had this grim, gut-munching kind of charm that I could not say no to. Now, again, keep in mind, I'm a fan of Italian splatter movies. I'm a fan of Joe D'Amato. I knew what to expect going into Anthropophagus, but I enjoyed my time with Anthropophagus. If you are a fan of Italian splatter movies, I think you will enjoy Anthropophagus. I definitely recommend it. If you're not a fan of Italian splatter movies, steer clear of Anthropophagus. It's not it's not up your alley. This is a very nice Blu-ray release from Severin Films. It sports a new 2K scan of the original 16mm negative, and for the first time in America, the movie is offered here completely uncut. How cool is that? As far as the picture quality and the sound quality are concerned, the movie looked great. The movie sounded great. This is the best Anthropophagus I'm sure has ever looked and sounded, or probably ever will look or sound. I give them both, the audio quality and the picture quality, solid 4s out of 5s. I like the presentation here. I love the black Blu-ray cases that Severin Films are releasing their Blu-rays in. Great cover art here for the film. The sleeve is reversible and sports some alternate artwork that you can use to show off your release of Anthropophagus. As far as extras are concerned, first up, we have Don't Fear the Maneater. It's 13 minutes and 3 seconds in length. It's an interview with writer-star Luigi Montefiore, a.k.a. George Eastman. Mr. Montefiore/Eastman discusses first meeting Joe D'Amato and becoming fast friends, and how D'Amato asked him to write a film for him, and how that began their working relationship together. He discusses being asked to play the Maneater in Anthropophagus, but only if he could rewrite the script. He discusses playing the Maneater and some of the more gory sequences in the film, and how ridiculous they were to shoot. When asked to explain the film's cult status, Mr. Montefiore/Eastman sums it up perfectly by saying, and I quote, "There are a lot of weirdos out there. I agree, I should know, because I am one of those weirdos." Very nice interview with Mr. Montefiore/Eastman. Next up, we have The Man Who Killed Anthropologist. It's 13 minutes and 50 seconds in length. It's an interview with actor Severin Vallone. Mr. Vallone discusses working mostly behind the camera before being cast in Anthropophagus as an actor, and how that launched his acting career. He discusses his character in the film and working with Joe D'Amato and shooting on location in Athens and the Greek islands. He discusses fond memories of working with Severin and the rest of the cast in the film. A very nice interview with Mr. Vallone. Next up, we have Cannibal Frenzy. It's an interview with special effects artist Pietro Tenoglio. It's 5 minutes and 58 seconds in length. Mr. Tenoglio discusses his friendship and working relationship with Joe D'Amato, and how working with him was non-stop fun. He discusses working on Anthropophagus and how they pulled off the gorier effects in the film. He discusses how D'Amato was surprised by the popularity of his films in the U.S. Because there's a lot of weirdos in the U.S. Nice interview with Mr. Tenoglio. Next up, we have Brother and Sister in Editing. It's 12 minutes and 56 seconds in length. It's an interview with editor Bruno Micheli. Mr. Micheli discusses his beginnings in the movie business before becoming an assistant editor to his sister. He discusses working with Joe D'Amato in the films of his that he edited. Nice interview with Mr. Micheli. Next up, we have Inside Zora's Mouth. It's 9 minutes and 59 seconds in length. Kind of sounds like the title of one of D'Amato's movies later on in his career, if you catch my drift. It's an interview with actress Zora Korova. Ms. Korova discusses her early days in show business as a model and an actress. She discusses her fond memories of shooting Anthropophagus, and how much she enjoyed working with Severin and Joe D'Amato, and how beautiful the locations were. Very nice interview with Ms. Korova. We also get 3 trailers for the film. This is a very nice Blu-ray release for Anthropophagus from the fine folks over at Severin Films. If you're a fan of Anthropophagus, you definitely want to look into picking up this Blu-ray and adding it to your collection. Got some nice extras on here. You got a nice 2K scan of the film, and it is presented uncut. If you've not seen Anthropophagus and you're a fan of Italian splatter movies, you definitely want to look into picking up this Blu-ray. It'd be a great way to introduce yourself to the film. I'll put a link to Severin Films' website down in the description. Go over and check them out. If you've seen Anthropophagus, please let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments section below. Let me know your favorite Italian splatter movies down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. They're also right around here. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Join the A Buck a Month Club and help support my channel on Patreon. Thank you to my current patrons, Kevin Smythe, Orc145626, B-Movie Mike, Robert Sobel, Turi Delamore, Stephen Flanagan, Lori Holt, Mitch Odell, Farron Sutton, Craig Farrand, Jeremiah Lambert, Grindhouse Grotto, Joseph Charlesworth, Chris Earls, Derek Jana, Demon Waffles, Tim Williams, Stone Gassman, Zachary Barton, Mr. Bibby86, James Welch, Eli Geisler, Jeff Overing, Cliff Hostetter, Kyle McGuire, Jay the Stingray, and Lorne Dixon. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.